What is Bitcoin for beginners? Bitcoin, the first and most valuable cryptocurrency, has grown from a fringe experiment into one of the hottest tickets in global finance. Welcome to Hot Crypto Desk. Subscribe now so you never miss out on any of the latest trending news and fresh off the press educational videos that you can take advantage of. Let's get into the video. BTC definition. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a form of digital cash that eliminates the need for central authorities such as banks or governments. Instead, Bitcoin uses a peer-to-peer internet network to confirm purchases directly between users. Launched in 2009 by a mysterious developer known as Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin, BTC, was the first, and most valuable, entrant in the emerging class of assets known as cryptocurrencies. How does Bitcoin work? Each Bitcoin is a file stored in a digital wallet on a computer or smartphone. To understand how the cryptocurrency works, it helps to understand these terms and a little context. Blockchain. Bitcoin is powered by open source code known as blockchain, which creates a shared public history of transactions organized into blocks that are chained together to prevent tampering. This technology creates a permanent record of each transaction, and it provides a way for every Bitcoin user to operate with the same understanding of who owns what. Private and public keys. A Bitcoin wallet contains a public key and a private key, which work together to allow the owner to initiate and digitally sign transactions. This unlocks the central function of Bitcoin, securely transferring ownership from one user to another. Bitcoin mining. Users on the Bitcoin network verify transactions through a process known as mining, which is designed to confirm that new transactions are consistent with other transactions that have been completed in the past. This ensures that you can't spend a Bitcoin you don't have, or that you have previously spent. How does Bitcoin make money? New Bitcoins are created as part of the Bitcoin mining process, in which they are offered as a lucrative reward to people who operate computer systems that help to validate transactions. Bitcoin miners, also known as nodes, are the owners of high-speed computers which independently confirm each transaction, and add a completed block of transactions to the ever-growing chain, which has a complete, public and permanent record of every Bitcoin transaction. Miners are paid in Bitcoin for their efforts, which incentivizes the decentralized network to independently verify each transaction. This independent network of miners also decreases the chance for fraud or false information to be recorded, as the majority of miners need to confirm the authenticity of each block of data before it's added to the blockchain, in a process known as proof of work. Can Bitcoin be converted to cash? Like many other assets, Bitcoin can be bought and sold with fiat currencies such as the US dollar. The price will depend on the current market value, which can fluctuate significantly from day to day. If you're looking to buy or sell Bitcoin, you have a handful of choices. But for most beginners, the simplest approach is using a cryptocurrency exchange. Some of these are operated by online stock brokerages, and others are independent. But given Bitcoin's prominence in the market, you can trade it at pretty much any platform that offers crypto. Here are some other options for buying and selling Bitcoin. Peer-to-peer transactions. Someone might pay you in Bitcoin for a product or service, or accept Bitcoin as payment instead of cash. Bitcoin ATMs. There are more than 32,000 Bitcoin ATMs in the US. You decide, is Bitcoin a good investment? Bitcoin, and cryptocurrencies in general, are a volatile asset class. A common rule of thumb is to devote only a small portion of a diversified portfolio to risky investments such as Bitcoin or individual stocks. Whether or not Bitcoin is a good investment for you depends on your individual circumstances, but here are a few pros and cons of Bitcoin to consider. Bitcoin pros. Private, secure transactions anytime, with fewer potential fees. Once you own Bitcoin, you can transfer them anytime, anywhere, reducing the time and potential expense of any transaction. Transactions don't contain personal information like a name or credit card number, which eliminates the risk of consumer information being stolen for fraudulent purchases or identity theft. The potential for big growth. Some investors who buy and hold the currency are betting that once Bitcoin matures, greater trust and more widespread use will follow, and therefore Bitcoin's value will grow. Bitcoin cons. Price volatility. While Bitcoin's value has risen dramatically over the years, buyers' fortunes have varied widely depending on the timing of their investment. Those who bought in 2017 when Bitcoin's price was racing toward $20,000, for example, had to wait until December 2020 to recover their losses. And even though 2021 was a strong period for Bitcoin, it has since fallen substantially off of its all-time highs. Hacking concerns. While backers say the blockchain technology behind Bitcoin is even more secure than traditional electronic money transfers, there have been a number of high-profile hacks. In May 2019, for instance, more than $40 million in Bitcoin was stolen from several high-net-worth accounts on cryptocurrency exchange Binance. The company covered the losses. Limited, but growing, use. A handful of merchants have begun accepting Bitcoin as payment. But these companies are the exception, not the rule. Not protected by SIP. The Securities Investor Protection Corporation insures investors up to $500,000 if a brokerage fails or funds are stolen, but that insurance doesn't cover cryptocurrency. Decentralization. After the financial crisis and the Great Recession, some investors are eager to embrace an alternative, decentralized currency, one that is essentially outside the control of regular banks, governing authorities or other third parties. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more great content, just like this. Thanks for watching, see you soon in another one.